Well, hello again on the 11th of the 11th, 23. It's just after 2 p.m. and I'm wandering into Abercairny Estate, just up the road from Milton of Cultiwye. So I'm south of Gilmerton basically, by a little stretch actually. The purpose of being here is I'm down to track, well, a bit of a recce to see if I can find the remnants of the old Inchbrakie Castle. My understanding is there's not much of it left. I'm sure it was pointed out one time. I was working out, well, there was a kind of landscape at the time. We've done a swimming pool, an outdoor pool, let's put it that way. No, it wasn't an outdoor pool, Annie, what are you talking about? It was a duck pond, but it was a large duck pond, enough to put a bloody boat on. And I suppose you could swim in it with the ducks. But anyway, that was more than 30, that was 33 years ago I think it was. Sort of in-between job. And I quite enjoyed it. The chap says to me, "You're a damn good worker, would you like to well, I'll give you this Land Rover." I said, "Well, you can try, but I've not got a licence." "Well, I'll get you through your test." I says, "No, I'm going to do another job. I've got it all set up." And that's exactly what happened. But as I said before, you take routes in life where you take a left, you take a right, and you just don't know what the outcome would have been if you'd taken the original path. But that's what life's all about. Making choices. God gave us free will, so. But as I say, I'm looking for Inchbrakie Castle, and my understanding is a moat used to surround it, so that should give it, on raised ground, so I should have some idea, well, a rough idea any. Once again, I'm parked awkwardly. There's no parking spaces, and I didn't want to, park my vehicle on someone's lawn. It's too splendid a day for that. As you probably know from a previous upload, I would have talked about my visiting all the different soldiers' graves today, and I've done that in a timely fashion this morning, and rather pleased that I got all that done. Got petrol and then zipped home from some lunch. Always good to have a pot of soup standing by on the stove. It's you're not raking around in the cupboard trying to knit things together for a sandwich. But the beech leaves, and well, these oak leaves there, but the beech is absolutely fabulous. It's a wonderful day for autumn. It's, if you're sitting indoors on a day like this, and you should be ashamed of yourself actually. I mean, you've got to get out. I did certainly feel the difference with the sunshine, but I'm also feeling rather dejected. I may as well share the news. You won't see it in the sunlight, but these turbines I've been talking about, well, if there's 4 being erected, it looks like that's all they're doing just now. But one thing I did see in the headline in the local newspaper, although I've not had the opportunity, I don't buy it, and it's rubbish. But I did see there's going to be a public meeting. So I had a quick glance now. From what I gather, they're also going to trash Glenladnock as well. I think this is really bad news. I mean, I'd never thought to myself for a moment that all my climbs in these areas in the last couple of years would be the last where I would be able to look out onto that beautiful, magnificent scenery. And but now, if they get their way, it will be interrupted with, turbines in every direction. So there has to be there has to be a stop to this. There really is. I'm going to have to write to my MP and my MSP. Not the bloody nationalist one. He's useless. In fact, he's not been seen since he got elected. Pathetic. Never been to his work at Holyrood at all, I don't think. It's a damn disgrace. really is. So I'm going this way. I've been down here before. Oh, there's a deer just passed. Was it a deer or was it a fox? No, it's a deer. We better not make this part too long. Let's close off just now. I'll start chatting again along at the other end. Anyway, these are the fabulous walled garden here at Abercairny. At one point in history that there would be an abundance of vegetables and flowers growing in there for the cut flowers for the house and stuff like that. A whole load of gardeners would have worked away in there, and I didn't get very far, did I? It must have been a chatty mood with that sunshine. Look at that, it's beautiful, isn't it? Yes, Tony Murray, Anthony Murray died last year. It was a sad loss. He was in his 90s, of course, but I was talking about the wind turbines. It sort of sprung to my mind that when he was proposing to make some money for the family by getting these wind turbines up at Mull Hill on the Smogland Road near Fendock, and it ended up a huge battle. I remember writing a fantastic piece to the to the newspaper, and basically I said to him, it was an open letter, but I said, Mr. Murray, you're really and truly, all you are is a custodian of this land, nothing else. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. He's a fabulous chap, but what I was trying to say was you're only here for a short time. You don't want to have your legacy that all the beautiful scenery is ruined by these damn turbines. And I ended up in court session, but it was, as I said previously, I think one of the logs that the Smogland Protection Group won the case after a hard battle. But I think in point of fact what happened was Mr. Murray, the laird, actually withdrew the application. He thought to himself, I'd like to think that had some persuasion in his mind. I don't know, but it saved those hills at the back getting covered. But if we start doing Glen Ladnock, you're going to be seeing him at Denyra. It could be Denyra. I don't know what state's involved. I don't really want to make any comment because I don't know enough information at this moment in time. I'm not actually sure, but it did say Ladnock, and I think to myself, well, that is just it's just beyond a joke. With anyone going up to travel to go climb Benihonsey will be absolutely gobsmacked that they even consider doing this. It's a beautiful glen. It's a gem. It's an absolute peach of a glen in Scotland. It's just a tragedy. It's shocking. It's these bloody Greens nationalists that are doing this. They are literally trying to ruin our country aesthetically. There's no purpose for it. It's just gimmicks. This is the part that gets me. There's absolutely no necessity for them. The same as the damn coal. We bloody import coal from Colombia, Brazil and South Africa. There's damn coal sitting right under our feet in most of Scotland. It's just stupidity. Of course, that was Thatcher. She wanted to have a little fight with the miners back in the 1980s because they brought down our Edward Heath's government in the 1970s, and they did often hold the government to ransom. They did, but it was a different era. But nobody wanted to support the miners during the strike of the mid-80s. Not really. I remember it vividly. I remember those scenes that the miners fighting for their livelihoods. and getting bashed over the head with bloody police truncheons and everything for it. A shocking time in history. Yeah, well, I say history, it's only bloody 30 years ago, wasn't it? 40 years ago. Well, the water's still running about here, isn't there? After the deluge. I was trying to say to somebody, I said, well, you know, nature balances itself out. You get a dry spell and you get some water. I mean, all the bloody rivers were probably laughing away when they cleared of all the debris and all the clutter and rubbish that was all accumulated. It's all all the way out to the sea now. But I've also had another bit of awkward news. It appears that they want to, that's Easterdale Farm over there, can you see it? It's a very ancient farm as well, up to Cape McNiven's Crag and up to the upper Knock here, you see. You know, but what are you talking about, Annie? Oh yeah, so there's no way without a fight at least, will I be allowing my precious coal fire to be removed. I've told them already. I says, no, I'm not doing it. Do what you like. I'll write to my MP about that one as well. In fact, I literally will not allow it to happen. Unless it's something that's legally binding. But if it's legally binding, then I'll fuck off from the house. I wouldn't entertain an electric heating in my house. No chance. No way. No chance. The world's changing and people have let it happen. The people have been asleep for so long. So gullible. And during the COVID crisis, that was probably the time that the people who had woken up against the people who were still asleep was most apparent. And it's all coming out. The truth will come out, but well, we'll never get the truth. But people like myself know exactly what was going on. And anyway, this meant to be a history lesson, not a bloody one. Look at this fantastic land. This is all Abercairny. All of it. Right up to the top. And right over to there, to the top. Right, Annie, we're going along this way and we'll take our, let's think, right or left. We'll try both actually, let's switch off for a little while. So I've been here a long time ago, but I walked into a, I can't believe it, I walked into a damn chute. There's vehicles everywhere. But I've passed them all, loads of them all. I said to them, I said, is this what I'm up to? Oh, it's fine. I've got permission to be here. I've also got permission to be returning the way I came. So this is a memorial erected in 1888 with the stones and on the site of the last house of Inchbrakie. So here. The property having been purchased in 1882 from Patrick Graham, 12th Laird of Inchbrakie, by Charles Stilling Home Drummond Murray. Well, that was a relative of the Anthony Murray, you see. The 19th Laird of Abercairny, 5th in descent from Anne, daughter of Patrick Graham, the 5th Laird of Inchbrakie. Well, this is interesting. I mean, if he was if Charles Murray, I better give his full title, Charles Stilling Home Drummond Murray, was the 19th Laird of Abercairny. I'm not sure which part of the succession that Anthony Murray was on. It must have been quite a bit down, probably in the late 20s, you know, 24th, 25, I don't know. It's perhaps not, 1882 any. It's a wild guess. Just, I would say 25th, the 25th Laird of Abercairny. But this is what's important. Patrick Graham and the House of Inchbrakie. Now, I did say to the chap, I said, I'm on the hunt for Inchbrakie. He said, it's the monument's here. And he says it's in there. Well, he would know, but I'm not going in there. But I thought it was in a bit of a raised height. There's gun dogs over the damn place. They're all going the other way though, I think, because they're chasing pheasant. This is a pheasant shoot season. I'll keep my camera this way. So I thought that I'm going to go walk up there anyway, just for a little gaze. But so there's going to be shotguns going off over the top of my head for the next little while. But that's interesting. That was that's what I wanted to see as well, to add it into this little bit footage. But so what I'm saying is that the Patrick Graham, well, Oliver Cromwell, when he was here in early 1650s, 1653 I think it was, maybe 1651, but he camped out over at the golf course in Crieff. So I think it was 1653. Anyway, he set fire to the old house of Inchbrakie, and he burnt it to the ground. And Patrick Graham, one of the early lairds, the first laird or something, was well, he was present here in the year 1519 when the house was originally constructed. So it's an ancient property. Well, what's 140 years, well, 130 years later, it got torched by Cromwell. But of course, it was rebuilt, and the interesting part of it, Patrick Graham was the same person who was involved in the Cape McNiven, the Witch of Manee. And the house of Inchbrakie was to tie into that poor lady from that lived on the banks of the Shaggy. So the guns are firing, as you probably hear. So anyway, I'm going in the opposite direction currently, but my car's away over this way in line of shot. And actually, I think I look like a pheasant today. Yes, I'm coloured up like a pheasant, so I might actually get. Yes, I don't know. But anyway, what the heck am I talking about? Oh yes, the house would have been rebuilt after Cromwell's deed. The thing is, Marquis of Montrose is the person that Cromwell was trying to look. He thought he would have been hiding in the house, but of course it wasn't the case. There's a pheasant over there. He's made a lucky break for it. It's all part of tradition, this, and as I say, it's not to be frowned upon. There's plenty of pheasants. I think it's more of a nuisance setting off fireworks in public and frightening the cats and the dogs. So this is where I thought it was, up here. So that's where I'm going to. So I'll switch off camera for shortly. I'll go up there and we'll have a look.